Namaskar, hello, and a very, very good afternoon. Today is Sunday, and Sunday is the day when we tell ourselves, yes, we can if only we want. Motivate আরো একবার আপনাদের জন্য আপনাদের সাথে Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals এর এই Motivate 2024 এ আপনাদেরকে সকলকে জানাচ্ছি huge welcome, and today we'll be joined by Dr. Suraj Das from the Department of General Medicine. And Dr. Das has been a motivator with us from the previous year, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Das today. Thank you so very much, sir, for joining in on a Sunday. Thank you very much.
Pleasure is mine.
Uh, so, Dr. Das, the first thing we would want to know from you is that knowing that you're a doctor and Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals is such a busy place, সেখানে নিজের মেন্টাল হেলথ এবং ফিজিক্যাল হেলথ এন্ড ফিটনেস এইটাকে মেনটেন করার জন্য ডক্টর সুরজ দাস কি করেন?
See, I feel that stress is in every part of life, even if you're a doctor, if you're not a doctor. But yes, for us being professionals, we have to deal with lives every day. And so the stress of saving lives, caring for your patients is utmost. So yes, it does take a toll on us. So I find that doctors should have a hobby. A lot of people who love to write, a lot many who love to draw. A lot of them are into sports. So Amakalaki, you should have a hobby beside your professional work to keep your mind and your body sane.
Right, doctor. So আপনার fitness routine, because you look like you take care of yourself. So what has been your general fitness routine? When do you exercise? What are the things that you follow?
See, I have, as I had told you in the last year when we had done this, that I was a very fat kid. Okay, so I was bullied, I was fat shamed, and that took a lot of mental toll on me. But then one day I realized that enough is enough and I need to do something about it. So once I got into MBBS, that was the time I started my fitness journey. And I think it's now been 13 years that I've been working out every day of my life. I don't miss any day of working out. And now it has been a routine part of my life. It is just like how you get up in the morning, you brush, you have your breakfast. So it is the fitness has come as a routine. It is not something which is a hobby now. It is a part of my life.
Right. Now coming back to our fitness and our health, ধরুন কারোর কোনো সিরিয়াস ইলনেস থেকে সে সুস্থ হয়েছে, সুস্থ হওয়ার মোটামুটি কদিন বাদে আপনারা তাকে আবার ফিটনেস এটসেট্রা হাঁটা, এক্সারসাইজ, জিম, মানে পুরোপুরি ভাবে আবার শারীরিক গঠনের দিকে নজর দিতে বলেন?
ওটা ডিপেন্ড করে কি হোয়াট পেশেন্ট কি নিয়ে ভর্তি হয়েছিল, পেশেন্টের ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে কি কি ওর অসুখ ছিল। A lot of patients যারা আমাদের কাছে as a young patients who get admitted for dengue or malaria. So we tell them that once you are okay, then you rest for 5 to 7 days and then slowly get into that schedule of working out or any kind of physical activity. One should not be very strenuous on the body post any kind of illness, and we tell them to ease it slowly, take it day by day, and maybe after 7 to 10 days of getting discharged from the hospital, the patient can get back to its original routine of fitness.
You mentioned that you were a little plump kid. I'm sure সবাই খুব গালঠাল টিপতো and stuff. So ওই জার্নিটাতে যে সকল বাবা মারা এখন রয়েছে, হ্যাভিং সাম কিড যে একটু ফাস্ট ফুড খাচ্ছে, কাউচ পটেটো হয়ে যাচ্ছে, লেজি আছে, খেলতে যায় না, সেই সকল বাবা মাদেরকে আপনি কি বলতে চান? হাউ টু মোটিভেট দেয়ার চাইল্ড, বিকজ আই থিঙ্ক দিস, if it's instilled from a very young age, it's going to become a habit. At least we can try.
See, the problem in Indian society is that we kind of encourage kids being obese. Ki ora sundor lagbe, ki cute lagbe. So the parents tend to overfeed their kids and to instill in them the fast food culture. So the problem lies there. The problem doesn't lie with the individual who's getting fat. The individual is getting fat because he is getting all the things to make him fat. Easy fast food, okay? Then being a couch potato, watching TV, not playing outdoor games, okay? So what I suggest is the parents should start teaching the kids about outdoor sports. Okay, what lacks in today's society is the kids playing outdoor sports. Kids are most of them hooked onto PlayStation or video games, and this is where the problem lies. Okay, earlier in our days, we used to go out, we used to play. The playgrounds were filled with children playing cricket, football, different kind of games. But these days, kids they want to be home, they want to play video games. Okay, so that is where the parents need to encourage the kids to go out and play. So that will help. That is what I think.
Right. How do you feel that, what is your opinion, having a peer group or having some people to do this fitness routine with you, ota better naki solo is what the journey should be? What is your
That
take on?
depends. I feel it depends person to person. Uh, Group classes, losing weight together or getting into activity together always helps because there's always a second person to motivate you. But sometimes there are a lot of people who want to work out alone. Anything, whatever fits their bill, they should do it. The point is the person should be physically active, irrespective whether he wants to be alone or he wants to do with a group. But yes, I feel that initially when you start this journey of fitness, you should instill yourself into some kind of group who think alike like you, and they can push you to your limits so that you don't fall behind in this fitness journey. And then once you get the hang of it, then the person can always work out together, or later he can get separated and he can work out himself. But initially, yes, to start the journey, it's always good to have a support group who's going to help you out.
Because you yourself had a journey which was from fat to fit. আপনি যদি একটু বলেন যে food habits, generally what were the things that you avoided and what are the things that you keep in your diet?
See, what I feel the best diet is what you can eat, everything. Okay. And I feel that you should not, at the very young age, when people start working out, they cut down on a lot of things. I feel you should eat everything in moderation and then you should work out or be physically active because the balance has to be made. It is simple mathematics. The amount of calories that you put inside your body and the amount of calories you are expediting out. So that should be in a negative balance. So whatever you're eating, that much calories should be spent on your outdoor activities. So for children or for youngsters who aspire to be fit, I feel you should eat everything, but eat in moderation. You know, eat more of home food, and if even if you want to binge out once or twice in a week is okay. I mean, everything should be in moderation. They should not go overboard with it. কি বেশি বেশি খেয়ে নিল, রোজই পিৎজা বার্গার খাচ্ছেন, এমন হওয়ার কথা না. You can always have your treats once or twice a week, but make sure that you are working out or you are into some sports or games every day so that you remain fit.
Right. Now coming back to another question of sleep. ঘুম এখন এমন একটা ব্যাপার, especially with so many OTTs on your palm top and everybody having a very different and a very hectic life. Everybody has found solace in that little island of entertainment. So, আপনার মতে স্লিপের উপকারিতা, and how do you tell your patients to regulate their sleep? Somebody who's got perhaps রাত্রেই তারা জেগে থাকতে পছন্দ করে, দিনের বেলাটা দেরিতে শুরু হয়. For those kind of people, what would you like to advise?
See, irrespective of whatever your sleep cycle is, a lot of engineers or IT technicians whose work schedule starts at night. Okay, they follow US time. So for them, you cannot tell them to sleep at 10 o'clock because their work starts at 10 and they ends at 4 or 5 in the morning. So the basic point is that you should get ample amount of sleep. Around 6 to 8 hours of sleep is good enough. A person who is sleeping 6 hours and he's fresh, and the person who is sleeping 8 hours and he's also fresh. So it really doesn't matter. It depends to person. But one should aspire to at least have minimum of 6 hours of sleep. And as you said that these days there are a lot of distractions, OTTs, people like to be a couch potato, watch movies late night. Okay, I think that they should try to cut down a bit and try to sleep at a proper time. They should aim to at least have 6 hours of sleep, whatever time they are sleeping.
এবার ধরুন আপনার কাছে তো নানা রকম টাইপের পেশেন্ট আসেন, যারা অনেকটা তাদেরকে কমাতে হবে, ঝরাতে হবে, আপনি দেখেই বুঝে যাচ্ছেন তাদের বিএমআই একদম আকাশ ছোঁয়া। তাদেরকে আপনি, হোয়াট হ্যাজ বিন দ্য ফর্মুলা দ্যাট হ্যাজ ওয়ার্কড with them, for them, that Dr. Das has used?
See, to be very true, if a very obese person comes to me and asks for weight loss, I do not advocate in use of any weight loss drugs. Okay, I tell them what has worked for me. Okay, there's a particular diet which is called the GM's diet, the General Motors diet. Okay, so that was the first thing which helped me lose around 5 kilos in 7 to 8 days. That was the start of my journey 14 years back. So the General Motors diet is available online, and it's a very good diet. It was advised by General Motors Corp for their employees who were always on a desk job and they were gaining weight. So basically, what this diet does is that it helps you lose a lot of water weight and helps to curb your hunger instincts and to eat out and to eat junk. So once you get in the groove and you can make sure that those 7 days, and then your body goes into detox mode. You do lose a lot of weight. You lose around 5 to 6 kgs of weight if you follow it properly. And I think the initial weight loss is the main motivator for people to continue on a diet and to get into fitness, because when you can see results, you're motivated. It is as simple as that. Obese person who's been dieting all his life is unable to see the scale moving. He'll not be motivated. But a person who sees that within 7 days he has lost around 5 kgs of weight, even if it's water weight, and there's a little lot of loss of muscle as well as the fat, but mostly is the water weight. He'll be still motivated. He's fine. I could do this in 7 days. I've gone through this for 7 days. I have curbed myself not to eat out, and I can see changes. So he'll be motivated to go further and to improve his fitness overall during his life. So I think, still the scales are tipping, the motivation will never come.
Right. We live in a time where there are so many options available, and we are all very inclined to googling our thoughts. So whenever we want to lose, তখন অনেক রকম options আসে, অনেক রকম medicines, powder, this, that. So have you ever followed anything, or did you advise anybody to use anything for losing? Naki, what is your general take on medicines or powders helping or boosting you to lose?
See, there's a very vast difference between medicines and powders. Okay, so powder, we are talking here about protein supplements, as I think you mean about that. Okay, so weight loss drugs are for those patients who are morbidly obese. Okay, they're not for people who are fat or just obese, or who cannot do any physical exercises because of whatever reason. So there may be a 55-year-old obese lady who has issues with the knee and she's unable to exercise or even walk much because of osteoarthritis. And for those patients who are morbidly obese, we do prescribe some weight loss drugs, okay, which curb the satiety, okay, but they are very short term. Okay, so you need till your diet is balanced. Okay, there's a bit of physical exertion plus the drugs that we give to lose weight, they will only work, but these are only reserved for very specific populations. Okay. For youngsters or people who are trying to lose weight, I think just having a proper balanced diet and making sure that you are expecting energy more than you're consuming, that is the mantra. And now coming to the protein powders, as you said, see, the Indian diet lacks protein. The Indian diet is high for carbohydrates. It's not like a Mediterranean diet, which is protein rich, sadly. So Indians like to eat more of carbs, rice, roti, and the protein content in Indian uh, food is very less. So the point is, protein powders are good at a certain amount. Okay, they are called supplements. So they should supplement your diet. So you should try to achieve your protein goals via your diet, but when you're unable to do so, you should supplement them with protein powders. Okay. But you should not complement your diet with protein powders. So it's not that you are drinking 6 to 7 scoops of protein every day and you're not giving importance to your diet. So that is detrimental for your general health. It affects your kidneys, excess of protein. Okay. So what I think is that the judicious use of protein powders should be done. It should only be used to complement your diet and supplement your diet and not to complement. Okay. So
Right, Dr. Das, you have always been such a motivator. Though we don't find you much with us because you're so busy, but আপনি আমাদের motivator and আমাদের inspirer যারা তাদেরকে খুবই motivate করেন. So we thank you for that. Now coming back to the question of water. জল অনেকে বলে অনেক জল খাই, সারাদিনে খাবার যাতে কম খাই, but again there are some places and some things and theories that suggest excess water is also harmful. So coming to a basic called water, water নিয়ে আপনার বক্তব্য যদি একটু বলেন, intake of water.
Water for a healthy person, at least 10 to 12 glasses of water, which amounts, say, one glass of water is around 240, 200 ml. So around 10 to 12 glasses of water amounts to around 2.4 to 2.5 liters of water whole day. I think that is a very healthy goal to attain. And drinking excess water is not much helpful. We have got a lot of patients who suffer from kidney issues, and those patients, when they drink a lot of water, they come with fluid overload. Okay, and excess water can lead to decrease in sodium. So there are a lot of complications of drinking excess water. So unless you're very thirsty, you should always, normally in a normal day, aim for around 2 to 2.5 liters of water, and not more than that. I think that is enough for your body to run.
Now coming back to another water question, there are too many waters available. Now if we really want to delve into the subject, there are স্প্রিং ওয়াটার, ব্ল্যাক ওয়াটার, এই ওয়াটার, ওই ওয়াটার, এগুলো দেখিও কিন্তু যারা একটু বেশি হেলথ কনসিয়াস তারা খুব বিপাকে পড়ে যায়, what to choose. So what is your suggestion? What does it really add value if we have very expensive water?
See, all those expensive waters which are branded are alkaline, mineral enriched waters. I myself have no experience with such water because I've never tasted one. So I'll still say that stick to the normal water, because, putting normal things in your body is much better rather than having something which is packaged from outside and it has been added with extra minerals or electrolytes, which we actually do not need. I think humanity has survived on normal water since long, and I think normal water is the way to go.
একটু সিনিয়র দের কথা জিজ্ঞেস করছি, যাদের ধরুন একটু মোবিলিটি ইস্যু আছে, তাদের জন্য বেসিক কি কি প্যারামিটার্স মাথায় রাখা উচিত জাস্ট টু স্টে মোবাইল অ্যান্ড মেন্টালি হ্যাপি? কারণ ফিজিক্যাল হ্যাপিনেস অ্যান্ড মেন্টাল দুটোরই একটা খুব কম্বিনেশন ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট. সো সিটিং অ্যাট হোম, মেবি পোস্ট রিটায়ারমেন্ট, তাদের একটু শারীরিক সমস্যা ইত্যাদি থাকেই, সো তাদেরকে আপনি জেনারেলি কি অ্যাডভাইস দেন?
Have a peer group. That is what I advise to all my geriatric patients. That it's once you retire, you are cut off from your daily, the daily office Java, office Asha. The whole sequence stops. When you're at home, you keep on thinking more. You're more stressed. So I think for old people, they should join peer groups. Like-minded people. Go on walks in the morning to the park. Get a group, because when you have a group of geriatric people, you can share your thoughts. It's more easy, and then you feel like every day you need to go out of your house and meet your friends. So that helps in the mental stress levels, to control the stress levels. I think having a peer group after you turn 60 and you retire is very, very important. It is very bad to be alone and lonely. And I think a lot of geriatric people go into depression because of loneliness, and because their normal routine has been changed. What they used to do for 60 years, they used to go to office, they used to come back, meet their colleagues. So that stops. When that suddenly stops, a lot of stress and depression which happens. So having a peer group is very much helpful for them.
Because you specialize in infectious diseases. Now, post COVID, what is your thing? Do you see that the world, and especially where we live, east of India, এখানে কি বেশি ইনফেকশন মানে বেড়ে গেছে পরিমাণটা, নাকি ব্যাপারটা মোটামুটি আগের মতনই আছে?
Uh, See, I would like to say that India, where we live, is a tropical country. Okay, so we have been surrounded by infections since very long. Okay, we are not in US or Europe, which is a temperate climate, and their infections are very different from what we get here. We are dealing more with vector-borne diseases like dengue, malaria. COVID was there in our society earlier also, but because the virus kind of changed its structure, it got more infective, and so this we went through this COVID, three phases of COVID. And now in general practice also, we are seeing a lot of COVID patients. Now there's a spurt in influenza cases in the city. So this is going to stay with us. So I don't think that it has the infection levels have increased. I think the diagnostics have improved a lot of what it was 10 years back, and we are much better in diagnosing diseases. And that is why you feel that there's a spurt in these new diseases. It's all because of the diagnostic milestones that we have covered in so many years. It's just that the diseases are getting diagnosed more, so it comes into the limelight.
Thank you so very much, Doctor, and for your very, very precious inputs. The only thing we would like to say is that Kalke Rakhi, and we all eat the good food and still stay fit. And we would request you to please come back and keep motivating us. Any message before you leave? Any message for all of us?
Right now, I should just say that stay fit, stay healthy. Whatever you eat, you should eat, but make sure that you do exercise, because obesity runs in the family, because no one runs in the family.
Thank you so very much, Doctor. That was, in fact, a very interesting way of wrapping up. And thank you so very much for your most precious time and words. খুব ভালো থাকবেন। আপনি সুস্থ থাকলে আমরাও সুস্থ থাকবো। And seeing a smiling face and a happy, এরকম একজন ডাক্তারকে দেখে আমরা এমনিতেই সুস্থ হয়ে যাই। Thank you so very much, Dr. Das, for your most precious time. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
हैप्पी राखी भाई, मेरी भेजी राखी मिली ना तुझे? छोटी दिखाई नहीं दे रही है। तू घर पे नहीं है क्या?
नहीं, घर पे हूँ, बस इस उल्लू का चेहरा नहीं देखना था।
हाँ, वीडियो कॉल पे तो शक्ल दिखती ही नहीं है ना।
तू चुप कर।
बस आज के दिन भी दोनों झगड़ रहे हो।
और नहीं तो क्या दी, राखी के दिन भी कुछ गिफ्ट नहीं दिया इसने।
तू तो जानती है ना, वो नया जॉब ट्राई कर रहा है। अगले साल दोनों गिफ्ट्स ले लेना, बस।
नो चांस।
देखा दी, ये है ही कंजूस।
सेनको का गिफ्ट कार्ड
मेरे पास भी।
मेरी तरफ से एक छोटा सा तोहफा। यहाँ पर 2 लाख से भी ज्यादा डिजाइन है। तुम दोनों अपने अपने हिसाब से अपने फेवरेट तोहफा सिलेक्ट कर लेना, ठीक है?
अरे वाह, क्या बात भाई। ओके, मैं अभी रखती हूँ। हाँ, मुझे अपना गिफ्ट चूज करना है।
ओके दी।
मैं तो स्टोर में जाकर ही चूज करूंगी।
जी बहन जी।
With this, আজকে আমাদের এপিসোড হচ্ছে শেষ, with the promise that আমরা কিন্তু ফিরে আসবো, and we thank our partners Apollo Multispeciality Hospitals, Senco Golden Diamonds and RT Cellulars for being a part of this journey. যেতে যেতে অবশ্যই এমন একটা কিছু দেখাবো যেটা দেখলে শুনলেই মনটা ভীষণ খুশি হয়ে যায়। So here it is.
ঋতু পাল্টে যায়, কোন স্বপ্নে বাঁধা তুমি এত আলাদা। ছোঁয়া যায় না, ছোঁয়া যায় না, ছোঁয়া যায় না, ছোঁয়া যায় না। হাসি ছুটে যায় আকাশে, তোমার স্পর্শ নরম, তোমার কথা বলা পাগল করে দেয়, আকর্ষণীয় ভাবে তাকাও যখন। তুমি এত আলাদা ছোঁয়া যায় না যায় না 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 ও ছোঁয়া যায় না যায় না 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 ছোঁয়া
Everlight by Senco Golden Diamonds.